The highway was a black serpent, slithering through the prey-down fog, swallowing sound, swallowing light. In that eerie stillness, Vikram and Lata drove on, chasing Mussourie's misty dawn, and unknowingly driving straight into the jaws of fate. It was 3 a.m., the hour when roads go quiet and destiny begins to whisper. A screech of brakes shattered the trance. The SUV spun, headlights slicing through the mist to reveal five masked figures emerging like phantoms from the dark. Everything now, a voice barked, sharp and guttural. Rusted knives glinted in trembling hands. A single pistol gleamed like a promise of death. Bikram's heart pounded. Lata's fingers shook as she stripped off bangles, throwing them into dirty shack. The night was thick with fear and greed. Then a single gunshot cracked through the fog. Vikram staggered, his head jerking back, and fell. Lata's scream split the darkness as the robbers vanished, ghosts fading into the mist. Panic clawed her chest, but instinct roared louder. She dragged Bikram's body aside, slid into the driver's seat, and slammed her foot down. The SUV lurched forward, tires spitting gravel. The road stretched endlessly, cruelly silent. Each passing sign blurred through her tears. Delhi gone, Mussoorie forgotten. All that mattered now was life, and what was little left of it. Then a faint glow ahead. A signboard flickered in her headlights. Dr. R.K. Sharma, MBBS General Surgeon. Salvation, she thought, or something like it. A lone bungalow loomed through the haze, its windows dark, its silence watchful. She stumbled to the door and pounded with trembling fists. The door creaked open. An elderly man stood there, hair silver, coat stained, eyes kind but distant. "What happened?" he asked, voice steady, almost too steady. Lata poured out her nightmare, robbery, blood, fear. He nodded slowly. "Bring him in. I can help." Inside the house smelled of antiseptic and rust. A single bulb flickered over a surgical table, surrounded by outdated instruments. "The bullet isn't deep," murmured Dr. Sharma, his tone clinical, detached. "If we are quick, he will live." Lata collapsed outside the room, her prayers trembling into the dawn. Time stretched. Each second sliced into her nerves. The fog outside began to pale into morning. Birds sang faintly, unaware of the dread sitting heavy in that house. Something felt wrong, too quiet, too cold. Why was a surgeon here on a deserted stretch of highway? Why did his eyes, those distant eyes, flicker with something she could not name? Her mind spiraled. What if he wasn't helping? What if he was experimenting? Then a sound outside, a siren. Headlights flared against the fog as an ambulance and a police jeep pulled up to the gate. Paramedics rushed in. Officers followed, their boots crunching on gravel. "Ma'am," a voice called. "Who has been operating inside?" Lata pointed towards the closed door. "Dr. Sharma, he is inside." The officer froze, his expression hardening. "Dr. R.K. Sharma?" he repeated. "Ma'am, he shouldn't be." Her breath caught. "What do you mean?" The officer stepped closer, voice low, grim. He was a surgeon, one of the finest, a genius, but he lost his license years ago after a breakdown. They said he went mad after losing his family in a fire. He has been here ever since, unlicensed, unstable. The room behind her went silent. She almost collapsed in panic. Then the door swung open. Dr. Sharma stood there, blood streaked coat glowing in the dawn. Surgery has done, he said, serene, almost triumphant. Bullet grazed his temple, superficial, no brain damage. He is comatose but stable. See him in an hour. Lata peered past him. Vikram lay bandaged, still a bloodied bullet on a tray nearby. Paramedics rushed in, stunned to find the work flawless. The police muttered miracles, escorting Dr. Sharma to an ambulance, not for jail, but the asylum he had dodged for years. Lata sank to the floor, relief and dread colliding. An hour later, Vikram's eyes fluttered open, finding hers. His weak grip anchored her as sunlight broke through the fog. Lata wept, haunted by the broken surgeon whose fractured mind had, for one night, woven a thread of genius through the shadows. And in that moment, she realized sometimes brilliance burns so bright enough to cut the darkness.